Charles Godloy, former manager, Quables, or no, Afronita, so a manager, or DWP, founder, as I said, DWP boss, or some manager endurance ground. Only could Sheldon, I interview now. That interview is a beautiful interview by all standards. But I made them quiet for the Jews because some person who say, Afronita, and I ungrateful. And interview, no, it be many to one or two things. But before I because I interview, I said to the ball, no, okay, I say, no, me brand video be on Afronita an event, no. I make catch say Quables at that event. Me sure say be an out was a Quables yoka in Cholo and I say bisa, right? Me sure say be out say me then am who Quables say 1 invitation come DWP before now Freaba, right? Tie Quables.
Invite you to the launch of.
No, she didn't invite me.
You never receive an invitation?
No. Either the day or the day before. She calls Abba.
Who's that? No.
Abba, yes.
Oh, okay.
Abba is part of the team in DWP.
Oh, okay.
She calls Abba and says that she wants to invite DWP. And Abba says that you know the right channel.
Okay.
Either reach out to your former colleagues or Quables. That's the right channel. Like you cannot invite DWP without letting Quables know. Or even because if you tell your former colleagues, then you have literally invited them. They could go as individuals or they could go as DWP. Like Champion really went as an individual.
Now, Quables, I can see me and I also be me a subscribe button so now click the notification icon so now fully Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, BBI or at gossip24.com, any gossip24 TV. Never be concerned so near rain I'm to contact the Kebab Masters weekend Momodia o event be a wedding outdoor engagement traditional wedding be na oye the way be ye na ba fi when you're booking heart the ekoso abrabo be a tobase pose yi skefi momunimu na rain nam Odanam Kebab Masters so on my best kama. Now I'm back to Ensemble. So this whole thing is about a story I made bro on the 23rd of January 2024. Now that story no ever 142,000 views over. Me sure say senke dance for can make some more dance for about 142,000. But that's not how it works. The title of the story no why Afronita left DWP. Full story. And that was based on my perspective. It is a certain me a weather forecaster. Obeka say abemwerie onyame boshe no abemwerie, but the story from who is actually involved no would make a lot of sense. From say bia make a concern in Amabeka asem menya ko concern make limit Amabeka asem no e dey actual. Now every story by Beka say Afronita like that particular story, but Quables amafo ko bisan we the DM say story na no kra no ka say no, but and no akwa story no e dey check with the Sheldon, which I understand. Now, according to Quables, no, we manage Afronita for close to 4 to 5 years. That's why I was asking, say, maybe at the end of this story, no, I don't know if you think Afronita are you ungrateful or not, but hold on, not teens, no. Quables, say, or manage Afronita for 4 to 5 years.
To leave her.
Yes, I said to them that I'm not going to do this anymore.
Because she wasn't signing the contract?
Yes, because you were not ready to do that. How is it that I'm literally doing all of this for you for 4 to 5 years, and then now you are not willing to sign, and there's no reason why you don't want to sign?
It hasn't been all smooth. Could the Sheldon be Quables? An interesting question, which I was interested say. Sikasemno, net say Quables SWV.
Is Afronita being paid?
Of course.
Okay, so let's say a gig come, them pay DW 40,000. What would be in share?
Sheldon, listen.
Oh, I
want to tell you something. If you even say this to me, that a manager for do this, if I was a bad manager and your daughter has even come this far, then it'd be very good.
But Quables, it's not about being a bad.
No, because it's not like she was a superstar and I intentionally wanted a female to do so well.
Now, I was very disappointed about Quables serving that particular question because that question was very, very important to me. But another thing that was important to me was say Quables which we established. He said Afronita ni endurance guard. Asumdie wo ho. Quables mameti ase say asumdie ni ho. And say Afronita mame na sha ase e kan say Quables ne be manage endurance ground dia. Endie onja Afronita. So be manage Afronita so and you on to endurance ground entwene.
Now, let me tell you, aside this thing, I was told that if I manage endurance, then her daughter will not do it again.
You were told?
Yeah, the mother told me. The mother told me.
Afronita's if I manage endurance, you know go make your daughter do again.
And that was because in the interview, no Quables also highlights say Afronita mame accusing him say or no Quables no the Afronita ejuma ma endurance grant ejuma ba no ajedia ma endurance grant.
Because on the call she's like, and when people call you, stop giving Afronita's job to endurance. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? It's like it shows me where it's stemming from, because I'm now managing the other. This person has 8 million or close to 9 million on TikTok.
Oh, that's endurance.
Yes, and she has more audience than the other on Instagram. So why would you think that people will not try to book her? Or people will not call me to try to book her? And you are telling me when people call me, I shouldn't give your daughter's jobs to the other. Why?
Now, so I'll share that story I made on the 23rd of January 2024. You would understand why I said there were management issues. Afronita, and some don't make it what I say. Nkofobeka say, oh, they are okay, they are fine, they are just not following each other. Dabi, they are not fine. And Quables are white queen. And himself, Afronita, so I want the side of the story. But things got worse. The very moment Quables say or share. Afronita ni interview with Nana Magraheb. Aye bisa ni say inti se obi here on no Afronita ne service a. On friend maame and also on for no Quables no. Answer Afronita de man no who say dey.
Afronita on from maame and on from Quables. One year show I am fine because me work contract be bree. Sukufo bi hwe wo. Yem friend why?
Pacho wetimi nipa no wetimi de meme or Instagram.
So from the get-go, no, it appears her Afronita, after so free SHS, a bar picture ne mu pe or who say be a war arriving no, and then I start a problem. Because Afronita mame na ampenya mo no Quables na Afronita no answer any contract because no more than a hide and seek.
Now she was a minor.
Yeah, no minor. Yeah.
So when for contract and everything, it's a parents we are going to talk to. They never signed the thing.
Presented a contract.
Every time I go remind, they never signed. They didn't want to sign. Now,
was it intentional? Did they have a problem?
Now I know it's intentional.
I do you cannot per se just saying could jai jumano. That's our response. We also about na number brown show so dear. No who say I can't say. Ain't no. Who is Afronita mameno? Problem. Or highlighting one of the problem.
Because you can't be here and be acting this way. So then I got a call. The mother said, Afronita, wako yiyawo will be bida. I said, no. And I said, why are you saying this? The things that she has done, the problems that we have had, I tell you. Even recently, I told you that she came to the studio. We had a shoot. I told her that that was a paid gig. She passed by me the whole day, like I didn't exist. Me, where I managed you for more than 5 years. Me, where I be the manager of the academy. You disrespect me like this. The mother asked me, who can meet who for the place? I'm like, this Ghanaian society or this our society, it be grown up. Is it an elderly person that goes to greet a child or a child that goes to greet an elderly person? I'm 10 years or more older than her. So how do you give me this feedback? I feel like the problems are not being solved. Because if I can tell you this and you tell me that who came to meet who, then you don't respect me too.
Wait. God.
I'm serious.
I'm sorry about it. That's in the funny. They say who came to meet
who came to meet who.
So like you
me way I forgot greets.
Afronita.
Yeah.
Vim.
Do you understand?
It's crazy.
And then I told her, so I'm like, I feel like the problems that I've had with her daughter over the years, they never get resolved because she always picks her daughter's side. And the problem don't get solved or not get corrected. That was it. She was offended. She said I disrespected her because I said she cannot correct her daughter. But that's not what I meant. Like I was being honest with you. If you give me this feedback, then that means you don't want to solve the problem.
Okay.
So she was offended.
But again, bear in mind, said this is the gospel according to Quables or involved in whatever led to Afronita or free DWP, and the full interview could be short studios. But there's one interesting topic na me pay throughout the interview because I mentioned earlier on me report I made about on the 23rd of January 2024 said Afronita, one of the things that man free DWP was about the class and that is all person yema and Quables admitted say sa class no e ko fine somebody.
Okay, so I saw the studio and everything online. I feel like if you respect where you are coming from and you plan to do this thing, you should have told the people that you were with. You don't tell anybody anything.
You had zero idea
no
about
idea,
it.
no communication, no form of communication or anything. And then I see online that this, and you're going to do classes. I'm like, what kind of life is that? You don't respect anybody. So I reached out and said, I've seen this. I'm very happy for your daughter and everything, but we need to have a conversation. Like, this is literally going to be conflicting with what we also do.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, it's a conflict of interest.
Now, remember, I told you, said there were two options on the table for Afronita. Either say only DWP for the carbon, no my because some what I say, anasa Afronita ni beko. Quables edge to Musa.
Or we can talk about how we could do it together.
Okay.
Because if you check our page, we've been doing DWP Academy Kida. There's a youth part of DWP which is called DWP Academy Kida, which has been there since 2016.
Okay. So all the way back,
it's the same thing.
Okay.
When you came, you were a minor to you were 14 years. So let's talk about how we can actually go about it. So you give me feedback. If your mind they say you go we find a way we could do them together, then we go talk. So for 2 months or more, I wasn't getting feedback. Anytime I ask, my mom is going to get back to you. My mom is going to get back to you. And then
at this point, the mom is the manager.
I don't know.
Okay.
Then I hear that. Then I tell you, listen, this has been long overdue. I feel like you're taking me for granted. If I don't get feedback by this period, I'll take it as though you don't want to be a part of us.
So after all these issues, both parties couldn't resolve their differences. No, Obehuane say you're serving a letter.
Next minute, I receive a letter that she's leaving the academy.
The next minute or the next day.
The next minute, the letter looked like it had already been drafted because it looked like it was written by a lawyer.
So the conversation triggered.
That means that the letter was already prepared.
Okay, they were looking for an opportunity to fire.
You understand? The letter was already, because it looked like it was written by a lawyer.
Now, from the whole thing, a lot of things have been clear. What I say, normally, I like people who are open in conversations, and I like the conversation, the course between Quables and your friends say. Could you shouldn't allow Quables to flow, speak his mind, say whatever he wanted to say. But there's only one thing I wish Senka Quables with me answer. Was about Sika Semino. Since there was no contract, na Sika Semino to say. Why na Sika never needs him? Na Sika eko Afronita hono eti say. I know na me interest. But I mean, Quables I can't decide, and I don't know say from Quables story no, you feel sorry for Afronita, ebe you're ungrateful, and I said, wait to actually worry. Our comment section, I have Gossips 24. Enjoy a full interview no so. Our could you share these studios because I hope and a Quables I can't send me now. We are just for the gist. Magraheb.